First Take is presented by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. And in part by Relaxed Fit from Skechers. Roomier memory foam footwear with comfort included.
Cam Newton with pressure coming, sack, lost the football. Ball's loose, Denver bounces on it in the end zone for a touchdown.
Newton in the pocket, pressured and hit, and down he goes. He will be hit from behind, and down he goes. DeMarcus Ware with a big sack. Newton in the pocket, in trouble, being forced and chased, and he's going to be sacked. In the pocket is Newton. He pumps, the ball's knocked out of his hands, it bounces around, and I think Denver's got it.
Over 1 million people showed up in Denver to see the Broncos victory parade on Tuesday, celebrating the team's third Super Bowl title. The Broncos were led by a defense that held 3 of the top 6 teams in total offense to a total of 44 points in the playoffs. And we welcome 2 members of that defense here with us, TJ Ward, Bradley Roby. Thank you guys so much for being with us.
And congratulations to both of you. I didn't think you could do it. Molly did. So congratulations to Molly, too.
Molly, thank you.
I mean, you guys are really looking like champs here. I feel like I need to step my jewelry game up.
Yeah.
It's looking like new money champions right here.
You're a champion, you gotta
right? I know. You need to share some with Skip. I think Skip needs a pinky ring. I think it'd be very fitting. We'll work on that.
Do you?
Yeah,
Next Christmas, maybe a tiger pinky ring for you. Unfortunately, it won't be real,
think
though,
about
Skip, in my budget.
They put it on the left finger, so the camera angle always catches it.
Right? You guys have the #1 ranked defense in the NFL all season, winning the Super Bowl. Was this Broncos defense an all-time great defense?
I think so.
Definitely.
I think it's definitely.
Definitely.
We're up there. We're in the conversation. And
with the 85 Bears or Ray Lewis's 2000 Ravens?
I mean, it's hard to pick one and just say that they were the best defense of all time, because there's some great players and some great defenses that have done it. And we have a lot of respect for every single one of those. We just want to, by our performance and, the numbers we put up this year, we just want to be respected and looked at in that same category.
Definitely.
You do need a nickname to be seen as great. You need a handle, and I know you guys had a DB nickname, No Fly Zone, right? I don't know if that even stuck, right?
Yeah, it was just something that we were just saying, kind of just caught on. We were kind of balling, making a lot of plays, and that's kind of what people start to say is no fly zone.
I like that.
Yeah, you don't get nothing.
See, the problem was you guys were under the radar, which benefited you greatly through those 3 playoff games, because I'll be the first to admit, I didn't see it coming. A lot of people thought Peyton wasn't quite Peyton anymore, and could you guys hang in? And then you got hot at just the right time. Obviously, you had gone to Pittsburgh, and Ben and Antonio did some stuff against you, right? Antonio caught 16 balls in that game.
Definitely.
Then he couldn't play. You didn't get to play in that Pittsburgh game, the playoff game. But then you rose and shone, and again, your pass rush got hot. And then, is that fair to say? I don't want to take anything away from you two, but the pass rush is about...
That's the beauty of our defense, though. I think that's why it works so well. And I think Coach Phillips' scheme works so well with us is because it utilizes pass rushers and then man coverage in the back end. And we do both very well and work hand in hand. So Vaughn and D. Ware can get all those sacks and things like that because we're covering for, we got them on the line. Their guys aren't going anywhere. And then with us, we can get more balls, more plays on the ball because it's coming out fast. He has to pick where he's going to go beforehand because he knows Vaughn and D. Ware are going to be there right now. So, if he thinks somebody's going to be open and he's not open, when Vaughn's there, it's going to be crazy. And I think that just happens. We just on a perfect wavelength,
Okay.
So
we have talked about Cam Newton on the show. I don't want to pile on anymore, but I do want to take you guys back to Super Bowl week. Cam Newton talked a big game, and I was fine with it because I thought he could back it up. What were you guys saying amongst yourselves as you saw his sound bites on SportsCenter or wherever you saw them?
I think we did a great job of not saying anything.
You said nothing.
We got a lot of mouthy dudes on this team. And for us not to say nothing all week, we definitely had to talk amongst each other like, okay,
they haven't seen anybody like us, man. That was
defense like this.
That was a common thing.
We know it, and they know it.
Were you told not to say anything? Did you guys all kind of get together and say we're just gonna?
It wasn't even that. It was
we don't have to.
I think he said it perfect. I saw him say something after the game. He said something perfect. And I don't want to disrespect anybody, but he said they want to be famous. We want to be champions.
It's well said. That was the line of the post game to me.
It was like they were. their thoughts or priorities were other places, you know. I saw them dabbing in the team Super Bowl photo and things like that, and it was just like, okay, we haven't even played the game yet, and y'all already celebrating like y'all won. So I think it just kind of made us focus even more, you know, and kind of just lock in, like, okay, we're going to see you on Sunday.
And if you look at our season, our best performances have come when we didn't have a shot to win the game.
Right.
And I thank the media every day. Like, thank you, because that's what we needed. We needed that fuel. A lot of times when we get patted on our back, we don't perform the way we need to. So being the underdog and no one having our back and us against the world, it was exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
So how were you guys responding? Cam comes out before the game and puts on a big show. Were you watching him do his thing before the game?
No, not at all. We're not fans. We're going against you. We're not paying attention.
Does his celebrating bother you?
No, I think it's good. I think it's good for the game. It's entertainment. You know, he's an Atlanta guy. You know, kind of that culture is he kind of brought it into the game. So I'm from Atlanta too, so I kind of like that. And man, it was fun watching it too. You know, but then when it's our turn to play him now, it's okay. I ain't trying to see none of that at all.
Okay, let's go to the end of the game. 4 minutes left. I know TJ has spoken about this. Molly and I have both spoken about this because I'm sorry, Cam Newton, as much as I love him and respect him, the ball's loose. The Super Bowl is on the ground for him to recover. And he flinched. He pulled his punch, so to speak. You spoke about it. Can you amplify your thoughts on it?
You know, I think the pounding he had been taking all game, it was just the accumulation of, do I really want one more, or could this be the one where I get hurt? Or, you know, it's a lot that could have been running through his mind. The game was kind of out of reach at that point.
Well, not really. I mean, it's 16-10. If he recovers, they get to punt.
And
okay, and then maybe they get the ball back.
Things
I don't know. There's 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left. I don't know. You might have had to stop him one more shot.
If that was your quarterback, would you have had an issue?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, as defense, you never want the offense to turn the ball over, so of course, but I don't even know if you can criticize him for it, because he's kind of in the heat of the moment. You know, maybe he didn't know where the ball was. You know, he's a big dude. It's a long way looking down the ground. Maybe he didn't know. But D. Ware was on top of it, you know, so maybe he didn't see.
Yeah, you're being really nice to him.
I'm just thinking, like, put myself in his shoes. You know, maybe he didn't see.
Because a lot of times when you watch film and just as players, you look back and say, oh, man, I wish I could have did that. But your clock is going different than the clock when you're watching film or you're watching a video. So it's completely different. But at the same time, you know, my personality, I'm going to dive on it.
Yeah.
Well,
we got it.
But I have a defensive mentality.
Like that.
As you said, maybe he was saving himself for next year, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he wasn't thinking about that. He wasn't, not in the Super Bowl. No, he wasn't. He was trying to win. I know what type of competitor he is. He was trying to win, but we got it. TJ got it.
Maybe it was just a circumstance where he felt there was no way to win in that instance.
Real quick, who's harder to prepare for, Cam or Brady?
Brady.
Why?
For me, Brady, just because he's Tom Brady. You know, he's one of the best ever. Cam is getting there. You know, he's hard to prepare just because of he can run the ball and things like that too. But just Brady knows what you're doing, so you have to scout yourself even harder. You know, you're scouting yourself. You know, most of the time you don't really do that. You know, but you got to scout yourself really, because you know the Patriots are going to attack whatever weakness.
I mean, Brady almost pulled it out against you guys.
Very close.
And he took a pounding, maybe even worse than Cam took.
He should,
right?
Yeah.
We definitely, throughout the playoffs, like you said, we got hot. That's all you need.
You got hot
to win a championship.
Yeah.
It's a team that's the hottest in the last month of the season.
And that's what Kubiak was telling us, Coach Kubiak. He was saying, you know, all this stuff is happening, all this crazy stuff is happening in the season, but all we have to do, guys, is be the best team for 1 month. And that's something he always was saying. He said it a lot. I remember it. And just for you to say that right now just shows that we ended up doing that. And I think it starts from him giving us that vision, you know, at being the head coach.
It's a pretty good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
you said you wanted to be champions, not be famous, and guess what? Now you're champions, and you are famous. It all worked out. Got your priorities straight. You guys, thanks so much for being here. You're going to stick around with us.
You're going to stay, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, because we got to talk to you about Peyton Manning and what's next for this gentleman. So we'll get into that on the other side of the break.